I just want to give a little opening and a little shout out that Art for a Cause was created for this organization, Hakol Mehalev, All from the Heart. Meir and I have been friends for many years. He goes to hospitals and he helps children through challenges, very severe challenges. And over the time, he has been, just an amazing friend. He's helped many of my friends, both in Israel and in the United States. He travels all over the world helping people in hospitals. Let everyone know that today is Earth Day, and what a great day to open with Art for a Cause. We have Earth Day, and we're going to be closing the silent auction for the art the day after Yom Ha'atzmaut. So the timing of it is really great. It gives us a great opportunity to create some momentum and have some great news to share as we go along. So I wanted to ask God, today being Earth Day, about your creative process, about when you go into a creative process, and especially during the times that we've experienced this past 2 months.
To describe this process is more, maybe to describe my personal work, because I think that each artist has a different process. Mine is usually coming from life, from I just trying to listen to the moment and to listen to what's happening in my personal life. If you ask, so my work usually is divided to series that dealing with my with the thing that my thought on a certain point in life. And this time, especially this time, that all the world is in a quarantine. So I started to make a new series that, in a way, describe my life during this particular period. Yeah, that it's a very unique period and different period. And it's a kind of experiment that I think the whole world is going through. And during this period, I try to look. It raised many questions about what is our life. The day goes day after day, and you're staying in your home or in your studio. There are not many connection or let's say a social life, and it's a good moment for me to look inside and to look and to work most of it with a kind of expectation to what will come tomorrow. And this is more or less what I'm doing when I'm working on this series. And the thing that always guide me is an observation, because I'm working from an observation. And in this case, I observe more my environment, my studio, and myself.
The first question that comes to mind is when a traditional person who's not an artist, who's not a creative, and their life gets closed into their home, they immediately feel a sense of closure. Whereas I, as a creative, feel a sense of, okay, now what can I create? So please share a little bit about what you felt, or if there was any transition for you during that moment.
No, it's for me, it's something that, well, maybe as an artist, I felt always alone. So to be alone and to be close without any human environment and connection, it's not something new to me. It just raised something that maybe it made it more clear, for me that this aspect of life, that what are we running after? Because we're running when we are occupied with work, with people, with meeting, we are running and we're running and we're running. But when we are close, we have only ourselves, and ourselves. It means each one has his own world, intern world, yeah. And my world is a world of imagination, of emotion, and I tried to in this period, in this series, I'm trying to express the expectation, which is the expectation in a way for nothing, because day is we're going day by day. To today we have tomorrow, and then tomorrow we have the day after tomorrow. But actually, when we're in this situation, we are dealing with a very basic and essential needs in life, like sleep, to eat, to uh, to read, to have more knowledge, and then with in a way, it's like those days are days like maybe it's parallel in a way to Yom Kippur, but yes, you eat, you don't fast, but in a spiritual way, it's a bit parallel to those days of Yom Kippur, I think, because you are with yourself and you think about who are you, what are you doing, and in this world, it raises philosophical questions that you may have we may have it when, for me, for example, when I was very young, when I was a teenager. So it raised those questions again.
Wow.
And yes, I paint, I paint from observation, like myself in a very simple positions, like sitting, waiting, and the name of this series is in the morning I wait to the evening, and in the evening I wait to the morning.
Right.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
this is the philosophical point of view of existence, you know, without having any presumes or something like having a big thought, only to get to the very essential and basic life of existence. In the morning, you wait to the evening. In the evening, but then someone told me that it's one of the curse in the Bible, in the parashat.
I see your posts almost every day, when you upload your image, your daily image. And
Yeah, one of my friends, he told me that he's teaching Kabbalah and everything, and he told me, you don't know, but it's written in one of the parashot.
that's a great transition to the painting that we're going to be auctioning for Hakol Mehalev. And I think it's a great opportunity for us. I'm going to share it on the screen now so that everyone can see this was a website that I had created almost 8 years ago. It was just a WordPress, and God had shown me this piece and said, maybe you're interested in this piece, Raphael. And it was his interpretation of Moses, done by Gustav Doré. And when I approached God about participating in the Art for a Cause for Hakol Mehalev, he said, you know, I still have the painting. let's do something with it. So what a perfect timing as we're in the middle of, you know, after Passover, Pesach, and we're transitioning through the Omer, and we're going to be in Mount Sinai soon for Shavuot, and it's a great time for us to talk about the piece, when you painted it, and a little bit about the history of your creation of, you know, the piece. One of the things I remember, I'll just share, is you spoke to me about the tablet itself, the difference between...
Yes, the Ten Commandments. Yeah, the Ten Commandments, that they are, I think that they are universal. You know, it's something that maybe commandments that are real and actual to all of the religions. And I did this interpretation to Gustave Doré work because even if that I'm not a religious person, I really have a big respect to the Ten Commandments, and for me they are very important. You know, if I speak about my personal life, so now actually in this time, it's very real for me because my mother, unfortunately, 3 months ago had a very big problem with her back, and I had to come and help her every day. And now I'm very happy that she's back again, and she feels better. But I think one of the commandments is to respect, you know, your father and mother, and it just one thing that I can think now that happened to me during life, that I realized how big are those commandments and how important they are. And to see Moses holding the tablet, and you know, I think it's a very strong and a very important moment has to be to every human being. And I took this work of Gustave Doré. It's actually monochromatic, and it's a small work, and I wanted to translate it to something that is big, that it has a more expressive and has more movement, and sure, that has also colors. And in this work, that's what I tried to achieve. And this work is quite big. It's 240 on the 170 centimeters, and it's oil on canvas. And I just tried to express my feelings through Gustave Doré, through this interpretation about all this important moment and situation.
The nonprofit, which is Hakol Mehalev, this is the work that they do, and they've been doing this for almost 15 years, where they go into hospitals, they help children with real challenges. They've been accredited by every government agency. This is Mayor Bloch, the man with the beard. He goes in with guitars and with clown suits and entertains. Recently, he got a DJ booth. Here he is with the Prime Minister. And they just do amazing, amazing work all over. And I'll put a link to his website so you can gain more, you know, about it. I love getting notification that there's a new image uploaded by Gad, because they capture such depth and such passion and such emotion in your work. I'm just going to scroll through some of the more recent ones. Here was the exhibition that you had on the female form. What's next? Where do you, when we come out of this
wonder is what is going to be their next work, or if they'll have something to work on. I never think about that. I'm working more than 35 years. I creating thousands of work. So I really don't know, and I know that something will come out. I'm still with this work of the quarantine that I started this series, and we'll see. I want to continue also the the work that I did on the nude female work that I did lately in this year. I didn't finish that, and I want to continue that. It's always nice to have surprises.
I want to thank God for the time and for also the contribution to All from the Heart, because the Art for a Cause, this is the launch, this is the premiere, this is the and I'm just really excited about the the opportunity that's been created by the quarantine. And I think it's going to create some new paradigms, not just for people personally, but for artists. I think it's going to create a new pathway for artists to get seen. And I'm going to put the link to the presentation. Currently, there are, I think, 4 or 5 artists that are on board. I hope by the end of the auction, there'll be about 7 or 8. We have some last-minute artists that want to join, which is awesome. And we're going to gain some momentum.